If there's one game that is coming out in 2020 that has me confused and excited and ready to try, that's Amazon's New World. If you guys don't know what that is, I've created a few videos in the past that could explain it, but a basic rundown is this is the new MMORPG from Amazon Game Studios. Yes, the same people that you buy all of your toilet paper for the virus that we can't talk about on YouTube. New World is coming out in May with a beta happening sometime in April for, I believe, those who pre-order. It's interesting because this game, to me, sounds like they're trying to be a jack of all trades and appeal to the largest, group of people possible, with the early alpha days appealing to the more open world PvP, full loot drop, if you die, you lose all your gear type experience, has now been shifted to a more PvE focused with opt-in for PvP. So if you want to do the open world stuff, you can flag yourself for PvP. But then you look at New World and IGN, who just got their hands on it back in late February. They're now saying, this is Amazon Game Studios literally quoted in this article from IGN, they're not resigned to the new model and would consider bringing back features. An important lesson the team learned from the beta is a lot of players would quit out of the game after visiting PvP areas they didn't want to enter or upon discovering full loot drops. What we want is a world where PvP players and PvE players could coexist. And my thing is, when you do that, you better be coming full with the content. Right now, I think the biggest thing that I'm excited for in this game is the companies. The way they've described how companies work is confusing, but exciting to me. So how it all works, you basically claim a settlement. So during the early stages of the game, players got to choose between one of three factions, which we're actually going to talk about here. So the three factions that we have in the game as of right now are the Marauders, which are described as a ruthless military force bent on establishing a free nation where anyone with the strength to do so can prosper and profit. You also have the Syndicate, which is a secretive organization of boundless gil and intellect in search of a forbidden knowledge to usher in a new age of enlightenment. And then you have the Covenant, which is described as a fanatical order that has charged itself with cleansing the land of heretics and defilers so that its true holy nature can flourish and justice can be restored. I'm still on the fence between being a Marauder and being part of the Syndicate. Again, people in my Discord, guys who are planning to play with me, consider giving me your thoughts. I'm leaning towards Marauders. I like the military force type thing, but the Syndicate, it sounds kind of cool as well. But basically, you join one of these three factions. Once you choose a faction, you can then create or join a company. Now, I myself, for all of my viewers, I'm going to be making a company, probably going to be called Demonetized or Fry Nation or whatever. When a company is created, it inherits the faction of its creator. So I got to decide what faction I'm going to be in, and then I'm going to make essentially a guild. Companies gain and control a territory and the settlement or fort that it contains. So if the territory is uncontrolled, this is as simple as paying the claim fee at a territory's fort. So basically, as a company, we can take a plot of land, buy it, but then what can we do with it? And this is where it gets interesting. So us as the group, the Fry Nation, can get a territory, put a settlement on it, and then settlements are where players can live, congregate, trade, craft, work on town projects, and support their faction through faction missions. So it's basically like a huge guild city that we're going to be able to work and build towards as a community, this is the biggest reason why I want to play this game. So basically, as all of you guys are playing and in my company and in my guild, you guys can then buy a plot of land on our settlement and build your own house. And then I, as the guild leader or whatever, can set taxes, we can set missions, and you guys are going out in the world and we're all working towards a common goal, which I think is just one of the main staples that a lot of MMOs are just missing nowadays. This is really the only reason why I want to play this game. And then also you have the war mode, which basically people can attack and try to take over our territory. So now we have to defend our city during basically a PvP war and an invasion from PvE monsters. So there's a lot of shit going on in terms of community building. My thing is this. After all of that excitement, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, so we have all of these cool features in terms of our community hub and me able to play with all of you guys who want to play with me. It's just that's awesome. But what are we working towards? Is there PvE rating? And they've already said no. But what are we doing? So we're building all of this stuff up to do what? Is there getting better gear? Are we eventually going to see raids and dungeons that we can go in as a group? Or is it all just focused on war, which is the PvP? I think it's 50v50, company versus company, clan wars essentially, which is cool. But for me personally, as somebody who has played a lot of MMOs, I'm definitely looking for, like, what is the end game? What is the next goal? When we're talking about, like, future content, we haven't really heard their plans for what this game is actually going to culminate into. They're talking a lot in their videos about the world in terms of like a Turnum and the monsters you're going to be able to fight, but then you get to the really meat and potatoes of the game when you go to their articles on their website, and that's where I'm reading all of this stuff here. They're actually giving us a lot of information in terms of how companies work. They're exciting. I want to get into some PvP against other companies with everybody. Could you guys imagine, like, every Friday, we're like, okay, everybody get together, we're going to do a weekly live stream where we just play New World PvP and we go to war against other factions. That sounds awesome, but I'm also looking at where the next level is outside of it, because we've seen things like this with ESO. We just haven't seen the ESO PvP kind of come, full circle and actually support what you're doing as a guild. I just always felt there was a disconnect there. This looks like it's bridging the gap a little bit, but again, I don't know if that's what their plan is for the end game. From the sounds of it, it is, which is a little disappointing, but I think we're still able to have a really good time playing it. So with that is my number one reason as to why I'm still excited to play New World. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys planning to start your own company, or are you planning to join in with me? If you guys are, please join my Discord. The link is down below, discord.gg/BigfryTV. And if you guys want to, when this game launches into beta, best believe I am going to be streaming it over on Twitch, twitch.tv/BigfryTV. It's BigfryTV pretty much everywhere, guys. I'm definitely looking forward to playing this game with all of you. I hope that it supports large communities. I know there's like over 2,000 or 3,000 people in our Discord. I don't know how many of those guys are going to be playing this game, but I'm always on the hunt for different games that I can play with my community, and not games where I always have to like rotate people in and out of lobbies like in Call of Duty. Games like this are where I think our community is really going to shine, and I really hope that they've thought this game through and that it's not just going to be another failed attempt at an MMORPG in the West. If you guys like the video, please leave a like on it and consider subscribing for more New World content. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.